I never thought I'd be a singer, so therefore I never really wanted to be a singer because I thought it would never happen. I just thought it was just a waste of time wanting to be a Spice Girl. So, you know.
The pop star life never interested a young UK singer named Adele, even as a teenager. But those years aren't that far behind her, given the not-so-subtle title of her album, 19. Today, on Words and Music from Studio A, a conversation and performance with Adele. Hi, I'm Rita Houston. A pretty impressive crop of UK singers have embraced classic soul and R&B sounds in the past few years. And along with Duffy, Adele is lumped together with Amy Winehouse by the press more often than not. Rather than do a big compare and contrast, just know this: Adele is not just a voice, but a songwriter to watch. Her album 19 has already gone platinum in the UK and topped the charts. And with American shows like Grey's Anatomy already grabbing hold, her audience on this side of the pond is set to grow. Behind all the flash, awards, and hit talk, Adele is now a 20-year-old songwriter who has spent most of her life with pen in hand and still gets a little homesick being on the road. But she did make a trip to the U.S. for a few sold-out shows and a stop at Bonnaroo. We'll get to our own FUV performance in Studio A after hearing the opening track from 19 called Daydreamer.
Daydreamer, sitting on the sea, soaking up the sun. He is a real lover of making up the past and feeling up his girl like he's never felt a figure before. A jaw dropper, looks good when he walks, is the subject of their talk. He would be hard to chase, but good to catch, and he could change the world with his hands behind his back. Oh, you can find him sitting on your doorstep, waiting for a surprise, and he will feel like he's been there for hours, and you can tell that he'll be there for life. Daydreamer, with eyes that make you melt, he lends his coat for shelter, plus he's there for you when he shouldn't be, but he stays all the same, waits for you, then sees you through. There's no way I could describe him. What I'll say is just what I'm hoping for. But I will find him sitting on my doorstep, waiting for a surprise, and he will feel like he's been there for hours, and I can tell that he'll be there for life, and I can tell that he'll be there for life.
That is the opening track from the debut album from Adele, our guest today here on WFUV. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
It's our pleasure. It's nice to meet you. We started playing your record right around Christmas time of last year.
Cool. Thank you very much.
A friend of mine was traveling in the UK and brought it back.
Oh,
and
okay.
said, Rita, you got to hear this.
Oh, cool.
And then things really took off for you the first part of the year.
Yep, very much so.
The record was released in the UK and went straight to number one.
Yes, it did. Very lucky.
That's fast.
Yeah, it was. It was the whole kind of rise of the album coming out and the single. It was really, really quick. So it all kind of went mostly over my head. But when the album went to number one, it was incredible. Really wasn't expecting it at all.
It's such a funny thing, a number one record, because, there's only one number one,
Yeah,
That's it. You're there.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's still amazing. Still can't get over it.
Yeah. And then that, of course, led to a lot of touring.
Yep.
And really getting out there.
Yes,
So
which I love.
You love?
Yeah, it's my favourite thing to do. It's better than making a record or winning awards or, I love just going and playing to people to real people that have, it's not their kind of job to like you or not, they just like you or, it's amazing. So, yep.
And then there was a lot of TV stuff like Jules Holland Show and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, all that kind of adds up to now here you are sitting at a radio station in the Bronx, New York,
yes.
in the middle of summer.
Yeah, no, it's wicked.
And your travels through the States so far, there's been a few shows at Joe's Pub and around the country.
Yeah,
you really have a lot of pockets of fans here so far.
Yeah, it's great. We were here in March. We did 2 shows at Joe's Pub in New York and then LA, Toronto, Montreal, and went back home, did a tour. And then we've been here for 3 weeks and we're just halfway through the North American tour, just done like the West Coast and stuff.
Do you get homesick?
Oh yeah, really badly. But my mum's coming out to meet me. She's arriving at like 4:30.
Oh,
so I can't wait. Yep.
That's good. But a lot of email and texting back and forth and stuff.
Yeah, always on the BlackBerry. Always. Yeah.
I imagine the homesick thing too is made even more than it is for most artists because you're only like 20 years old.
Yeah,
like
a bit of a baby.
Yeah. So you're young to be out there in that way.
Yeah, I think so. I was going to have my mum with me, coming everywhere till I was like 21. But we're kind of, we're kind of so close in age, we kind of argue like best friends. So it's probably a good thing that she hasn't come along with me everywhere. But I think it's healthy to miss your friends and miss your home and your mum. And I am very much a mummy's girl. It's just me and her, and I still live at home. But kind of more stories to tell her when I get home. So it's good.
Yeah, and of course she must be so proud. Did some of the music stuff come from her? Was she always very supportive of you going down this road?
Oh yeah, completely. She was supportive of anything. She had real patience with me. Like I would go and do one thing one day and then come home and be like, I'm not doing that again. I hate it. I'm not doing it. And then she wouldn't kind of give me a hard time. Like she'd encourage me to kind of stick with it. But if I really didn't want to do something, she'd be fine with it. Yeah, and if this is what I wanted to do, she was like, whatever, do it. So yeah, I've been very lucky.
So you went to the Performing Arts High School.
Yeah, Brit School.
Brit School, it's called.
Yeah.
That had to change everything. And that was really your commitment, like, I'm going for this full on.
Sort of, I guess. Yeah, I went because main reason I left my first high school and went there was because I was so unhappy at my first high school. And I went more as a kind of way out, and our neighbour's son, Ziggy, had just graduated when I turned 14, and he was like, you should just go, you've got too much energy, you need to go and be productive and channel it. And I went, and I was really sceptical about it. I was like, I don't want to go to a stage school. I don't want to be around kids that want to be famous. And I went and I saw a girl called Taria, who was in a band called Nikwai, and she was singing for the open day. And I was like, I'm coming here. I've got to be like her. And I went, and it was great. I never thought I'd be a singer, so therefore I never really wanted to be a singer because I thought it would never happen. I just thought it was just a waste of time wanting to be a Spice Girl. So, but I've been so fortunate because of the internet and stuff. Like I've just been allowed to do it, and I've got away with it. So I'm very lucky.
Right. And you clearly, although your record was number one, you've not gone down the predictable pop Spice Girls road, like you said.
Yeah.
Your music's coming from a totally different place than
very much
the straight ahead pop. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think that's probably because I write my own music. There's not some kind of Swedish producer writing all the songs. I write all my album, and it's more of an experiment. I don't want to have my own sound yet. I'm 20 and I was 19 when I wrote my album, and I think it's ridiculous to have your own sound at 19. So the first album, and I'm sure the second record is going to be the kind of music I like, the styles and the genres and stuff like that. But no, I haven't gone down the typical pop route. But I am a real pop tart. I love pop, but just with a bit more realness and edge and emotion.
And honesty, I bet, is part of it too.
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
A lot of the songs on your record, you're singing about your life, like
Yeah, very
things
much.
that have happened to you.
Yeah.
It's straight ahead. It's not like obtuse and abstract. You're singing your life, and a good song, other people will be able to relate to it as if it happened to their life, you know?
Yeah, very much.
It's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's kind of therapeutic doing it though, kind of getting it out and being productive with a bad situation. So, yeah, it's a pleasure to do that. And if people are touched by it, then amazing.
Right. And have you always been writing down your ideas and
Yeah,
feelings
always
and stuff?
Since I was, I think, like the first. I'm really bad at saying how I feel in conversation and kind of telling people like if I love them or I hate them. And I remember when I was like 5 and I was playing out. My mum let me go and play out with my friends. I came home half an hour late and she grounded me and wouldn't let me go to a birthday party, and I was distraught, like it was the end of my life, like it was so bad, you know, when you get really upset that you're going to miss out. And so I wrote her a letter, even though she was just in the living room next door. Wrote her a letter saying, I hate you, like you ruined my life. I was like 5. And yeah, I've always written down how I feel, and it's just, you know, it's a lot easier doing it in a kind of productive way and making something of it rather than just kind of moaning about it or writing it down in a diary and putting it in a cupboard, you know. So, yeah.
And then what's the next step? So you get some good stuff and then you sit at the piano or sit with the guitar or go meet up with your band and start to flesh out the tunes?
I go and get drunk and then I write a song.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, then I play guitar or bass with it. Sometimes I do keys. I don't really know what things are on piano, so it's easier to do it on guitar and bass. And then take it to a producer to make it bigger. So I sit there and I write the song with the chords and then string arrangements get written and drum parts and stuff like that.
So when you said you get drunk and then you write the song, do you really do most of your good work like in the middle of the night or late at night?
Yeah, I do when I come in home. And I wouldn't really admit things to myself if I was sober. So, you know, I'm not an alcoholic at all, but I was so sad with the first album, I was always drunk. And yeah, I had to be drunk. But I always had to record it on my phone because otherwise I'd forget. The next morning with a hangover, I'd be like, oh my God, I can't remember. I'd have to record it on my phone. But yeah, always in the middle of the night. I can't write in the day. And if I force myself to write, if I kind of like have a plan, like, oh, tomorrow morning I'm going to get up and I'm going to sit down, I'm going to write a song, never happens. It always happens just like before I'm about to go to sleep or when I get up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet or something, you know.
Right, and the ideas are there, and it's like where they come from, they just build until they're ready to come out.
Yeah.
So, so the tune "Right as Rain," give us a little story on that one.
This is one of the last songs I wrote for the album, actually, and I wrote it here in New York. And it's just kind of, I'd split up with the guy the album's about, and it was all just quite looking like nothing was ever going to happen ever again with anything. And it's about trying to convince yourself that it's better to feel rubbish than feel great, because things hurt more when you're on a high.
Adele is our guest here at WFUV, and this tune is Right as Rain from her brand new CD called 19.
Who wants to be right as rain? It's better when something is wrong. You get excitement in your bones and everything you do's again. When night comes and you're on your own, you can say I chose to be alone. Who wants to be right as rain? It's harder when you're on top. 'Cause when hard work don't pay off and I'm tired, there ain't no room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile off me. Won't be making up, I've cried my heart out and now I've had enough of love. Oh no, no. Who wants to be right tonight when you just crumble back on down? You give up everything you are, and even then you don't get far. They make believe that everything is exactly what it seems, but at least when you're at your worst, you know how to feel things. See, when hard work don't pay off and I'm tired, there ain't no room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile off me. Won't be making up, I've cried my heart out and now I've had enough of. Go ahead and steal my heart to make me cry again, 'cause it will never hurt as much as it did then when to be right as the rain is better and thing is around. I get excitement in my bones even though everything's a strain. When night comes and I'm on my own, you should know I chose to be alone. Who wants to be right as the rain? It's harder when you're on top. 'Cause when hard work don't pay off and I'm tired, there ain't no room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile free. Won't be making up, I've cried my heart out and now I've had enough of all. No room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile free. Won't be making up, I've cried my heart out and now I've had enough of all the love. Yeah, the love. Oh, oh, did you? Oh, oh, just go.
All right.
My voice started going at the end of that one.
Yeah, not really, not so much. That's Adele with us live on the radio here at 90.7 FM WFUV in New York City. It's so nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Where are you from? What's your hometown?
South London.
South London. And that's where you grew up and where you still live?
Well, I was born in Tottenham, North London. Moved to South when I was 9. Been there ever since.
And what's South London? Give us a little...
South London, sort of how do you
Is it
describe
very
South
crowded?
London? Crowded?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is quite crowded, I guess. It's kind
Low
of
buildings, high buildings?
a bit of both, really. A bit of both. It's not the inner. It's not. It's not the central city. It's
Mhm.
kind of the outskirts. Yeah, it's chilled out. I much prefer it to like northwest and east.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a bit more homely, more family-ish there.
Gotcha.
Yep.
And where'd you meet your guitar player?
At school, he went to the Brit School with me.
Ah.
Met when we were 16.
It's not easy to do so much on acoustic guitar,
he's good.
especially with a tune that's such a
Yeah, he's very
big
good.
song.
He's very good.
Yeah, nice job. Adele is with us here at 90.7 FM WFUV. So you're heading to Bonnaroo this week.
Yes, we are. Yes, at the end of the week.
I'm going to be there. I've been going for a few years. It's a lot of fun.
Good, cool. Maybe we can hook up.
Yeah, I know you're playing Friday afternoon.
Yep.
And we do live broadcasts from backstage. And
Okay, cool.
it's a lot of fun. Like 100,000 kids are there.
I'm scared about it. I'm worried because no one really knows me here. I'm worried there's going to be like 10 people in the crowd.
No, people do know you here.
Okay.
And the context at Bonnaroo are exactly the people who
Oh,
know
really?
you here.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Oh, that's
definitely.
good. Hopefully it'll be good. I'm really scared of festivals in general. I love going to them, but I'm really frightened of performing at them.
Because it's such a wild card, you mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's a wild card, and because I love going to festivals. I'm usually in a bit of a state, and also when I'm at festivals, I love going to festivals, and when I'm there, there's always like 10 acts I want to see, but I never make it because I can't decide who I want to see, and I'm always looking for my friends. Like it's just a nightmare, and I'd hate to be one of the artists that everyone loses their friends for and can't come and watch you. It'd be awful.
And Bonnaroo's fun. I mean, it's very big, and there's a lot of stages, but at the same time, it's manageable. Like you can get from one thing to another.
Okay, cool. No, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, and they have funny names for the stages and tents,
Okay.
which really add to confusion.
Okay.
So don't lose your friends, is my advice.
I think I'm probably gonna have a minder the whole time, getting me from stage to stage. So that'd be
yeah,
alright.
because it goes. I think you're playing at the other tent,
Okay.
and then there's this tent and that tent,
Oh, okay. Okay.
and
cool.
then there's what stage and which stage. So people just walk around going, "What
Which
stage?"
What stage? Yeah. Okay, cool. I probably can completely forget that, but hey.
Right. It leads to much confusion.
Yep. I bet it does.
Adele is with us here at FUV. You titled your album 19, and it just had me kind of reflecting on various times and markers in my life, and we all have it, you know? If you can make a piece of work at a certain time in your life, at a certain age, what would you say to people? Like, you called this record 19 because you were 19 when you made it. It's a it's a piece of art. It's like...
That's why I called it 19. Like, I'm really bad at taking photos and kind of marking what I do. And, if I took photos properly, I'd have about 1 million just for this past 5 months. And I've got nothing to kind of show that what I'm doing, like in terms of I was actually there. So I just thought it's kind of like a photo of when I was 19, and it's something to show my children. This is what I did when I was 19. Can you get off your go and do something now that you're 19? Don't just sit and watch TV and spend my money, which is what my mum used to say. My mum was like, get a job. And then I just used to sit on the sofa, and literally you'd like kind of come and see me in the morning and come back at night, and it'd be like the sofa's moulded around me. And then she was like, get a job. And then one day I went and got a record deal. So she's just laughing. So it's great.
What do you think some of the issues are for, like, your peers? Not to speak for your, like, everyone who's 19, but what are some of the recurring themes? What do you think are some of the things that will have lasting power when we look back on this, sort of period?
I think I notice with a lot of my friends and people a little bit younger than me and a bit older than me that they don't really dwell on things very much. They're not really, don't hold grudges, and they're not bitter about things. And I think that will, in the long run, help towards just kind of people not being so kind of angry and deluded like some of like my mum and her peers are, and I reckon, I don't know, I mean, maybe I'm just being naive and being proud that I'm 19, but I think that we're going to look after the world a bit better than some of the people that are older and looking after it now.
Fantastic. That's good stuff.
Probably because everything's so accessible to us as well, like the internet and stuff.
And knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. So I reckon. Yeah.
It's hard to be dumb and ignorant anymore.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
There's no excuse.
And it's hard to have secrets as well.
It's hard to
have secrets.
Oh, secrets.
Everything's online and everyone's videotaping everyone, aren't they? So yeah.
As we have 2 video cameras rolling in the room right now. There'll be no secrets about this one. There's another tune on your record, Chasing Pavements. That was the first track, and the one that a lot of us here in the States first heard and fell in love with. It's the one we've been playing a lot on FUV. Give us a little backstory on that tune.
I wrote this after I had a fight in a club with the boy the album's about. And
like a fight or just like a...
No, like a fight. Well, he didn't hit me, I hit him. And I ran out the club and I got thrown out the club really. And no one chased me and there was like no one in front of me and I was just running away like because I was so upset. And I just remember saying to myself, "You're chasing a pavement, you silly woman." And I ran home and wrote a song about it. So yeah.
That's poetic. That's good. No, it is, and that stuff hits you. All right, Adele, performing for us live here at WFUV.
I've made up my mind, don't need to think it over. If I'm wrong, I am right. Don't need to look no further, this ain't a lust. I know this is love. But if I tell the world I'll never say enough, 'cause it was not said to you, and that's exactly what I need to do. If I end up with you, should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads to nowhere? Or would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Yeah, I build myself up and fly around in circles, waiting as my heart drops and my back begins to tingle finally. Could this be it, or should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads to nowhere? Or would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Yeah. Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Oh, would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep on chasing pavements? Should I just keep on
You make that look easy. That is Adele with us here at 90.7 FM WFUV. A great voice, debut album just out. It's titled 19. So you've got some dates around the New York area. What are the plans for the fall and stuff?
Yeah, we're coming back in the fall. Gonna do. I think we'll probably do another tour. Depends what the reaction is. But yeah, we're coming back definitely.
There's a guy we were talking about before we went on the air. Is Mark Ronson. He's been here a bunch of times, and I'm a big fan of his stuff.
He's great.
How did you guys meet up?
Well, I wrote Cold Shoulder and kind of was screaming for a beat. You know, and the rest of the album's quite mellow and a bit melodramatic. And so I wanted to kind of follow up on my instinct for a beat. And I don't know anything about producers, but I've been a fan of Mark Ronson since Here Comes the Fuzz and Love Ooh Wee, and, you know, just adore him. And I didn't know that he'd started producing records rather than making like a DJ record. Because Amy Winehouse's album came out and Lily's album came out, which had like, you know, a tune produced by him. So I asked Richard Russell, who's the head of my label in the UK, who knows Mark. And Mark came in, forgot about our meeting. I was drunk. I was watching Jerry Springer. He came in and we just got on. He likes to meet people before he works with them to make sure they get on. And yeah, it's been friends ever since, and made the record Cold Shoulder together. And then I play with him whenever he's in London if I'm home, and played him at the Brit Awards. He's just amazing. He's like deserves absolutely everything he's getting, and I think he's top of the game.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one.
Great.
Who else have you run into out in the music world that you really dig, or people, any new artists in the UK that we need to know about? Anything you got?
There's a girl called Laura Marling, who's a folk artist. She's phenomenal. I think she's probably just turned 18. I don't know who she's signed to here, but her album's called Alas I Cannot Swim. Yeah, she's great. Sam Sparrow, who's from LA, he's amazing. He opened for me at the recent London shows. I think he's Australian, but lived in London, but lives in LA now. I don't know. He's from London a little bit somehow. Who else? So I love Paolo Nutini. I bumped into Paolo Nutini last year when he played like 4 nights at Brixton Academy. It was ridiculous. Loveliest, nicest, like kind of celebrity that I've met. Like really, really genuine. I met Paul McCartney as well, but it's kind of hard to enjoy meeting Paul McCartney when you're so like, oh my God, it's kind of a Beatle. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of difficult to enjoy the moment, but looking back on it, it was great.
See a good handshake, good photo?
Really, really good. Yeah, really great. Yeah, really amazing. Very weird.
That's one for the grandchildren.
Yeah, of course. But no, everyone I've met have been lovely. I haven't met one horrible person yet. So
that's cool. As we wrap up here with our session with Adele, we'll let you play DJ. So you get to play something, anything at all. Your choice.
This is my favourite new artist at the moment. I've known of her for a year. Didn't know her own stuff though, and you know, kind of word of mouth and through Mark Ronson. But her album's just dropped in the UK. I don't know if it's out here yet, but I think she's phenomenal, and I think she's going to be an icon. And she's already my icon at the moment. This is Santo Gold with Les Artistes.
Feel me
closing out Adele's visit to FUV with her guest DJ pick, that's Santa Gold and LES Artistes. Joe Grimaldi engineered the studio session, and Words and Music from Studio A is produced by Sarah Wardrop. And this program is just one of many exclusive conversations and performances you'll find in the audio archives at WFUV.org. I'm Rita Houston for WFUV in New York.
You say it's all in my head, and the things I think just don't make sense.